gonna toss. Okay, so you know what you're gonna do if you win the toss, right? You're not ready? You're not ready, right? Okay, hold on. The final preliminary match for this wonderful Runako Morton TDC cricket tournament in the primary schools is today, Friday, the 30th of June, and we have St. Thomas's Primary coming up against Vojn, and Prentice for the Vojn will toss. Tails is the call. Labboard will confirm. It's heads. Having won the toss, Prentice, what are you gonna do?
Have a bat first.
Have a bat first. Any reason for that?
We just gonna get the runs on the board and try to defend it.
Well, remember the last time you put those runs on the board, you still lost the match. That must have been very painful, ain't it?
Yeah.
Very painful. So you plan to do something a lot different today. What do you plan to do different today?
Keep down the whites and stuff.
Okay,
and the extras.
That really hurt you last time around.
Yes.
Okay. Come a little closer. Had you won the toss, what would you have done?
Bat first.
You would have batted first as well. Now you have to bowl. It's a scary thought, or you think you can work with some confidence and get Vojn out early?
Confidence, yeah.
Confidence. Could get them out early. Under 40.
Maybe.
All right, well, guys, all the best. Let's have a good game. And so it's the final preliminary match of the Runako Morton TDC Primary Schools Cricket Championship for 2023. The finals will be next week. The understanding is that tentatively it's scheduled for Wednesday next week at 5 p.m. right here at the ETW. But the two openers for Vojn in Prentice and James, who had a very good partnership in their last outing of 95, even though Vojn still lost that game, giving away all of 36 extras. And when it came down to the Dale method, they lost by 1 run. And Prentice in the interview this morning indicated that, yeah, they would want to change that in terms of the number of extras that they bowl. The St. Thomas's Primary School is coming off a victory yesterday. They lost to Joyce and Ebert Primary on Wednesday, but they won over the Ivor Walters Primary yesterday, so they should be bubbling right now. So first ball up, bowls. James is hitting this one into the onside. The man at long on feels it well, and they're off and running, 1 run to the total. So the two batsmen who would have been two of the main batsmen for the tournament so far, they'd want to get off to a good start. St. Thomas's Primary would want to change that. Balls outside the off stump, he watches it through, and it's within the white markers, and so umpire Carmichael doesn't have a second look. So Prentice will settle once more. Moves in now to bowl, and that's as wide as they come, and they are going to get an extra run as well as it goes down to long leg. And so that's 2 wides to the total. Well, he signals byes, interestingly. That's interesting because that was way down to leg side. Well, the umpires, they are the best adjudicators, I would assume. He's driving down the ground. That's a lovely shot. The fielder is coming across. He gets behind it. That's well done. Derek Parry is asking the long on, why didn't you move as well? You should be moving across as cover for the long off fielder. He bowls. He's swinging that one away. The man at square leg races across. That's excellent work. Derek Parry must have done some real good work with these guys because they're fielding with intent. Certainly putting their necks on the line so far in this over. They've done pretty well. Here he goes now. This time he'll be bowling another wide. Let's see if he'll signal. This time he signals wide. So why wasn't the first one wide, Carmichael? Well, that's interesting. Wide signaled. He'll have to re-bowl that. Moves in once more to bowl to James. James is struck at the pad. That's close. That's close. He's gone. He has sent him on his way. He pulled right across the line. He was struck on the back leg. And St. Thomas's has made a big blow, has struck a big blow here. As James, it was dropped short and he was pulling. His eyes opened up. He was pulling across the line. He missed it. He kept a bit low. And that's wicket number 1. James comes back very early and can St. Thomas's send shockwaves into the VOJN camp here today. So James would be very disappointed. He loves to bat. And loves to bat long. But today's not the day. There'll be other days, I assume. Well, Daniel, who has looked good all season as well, has gone to the crease. He hasn't really had the kind of time at the crease that you would want him to get, because the other 2 batsmen would have occupied the crease for a long time. He's playing straight. That one again keeping down. And he was dead on stumps. Had he played across, he could have been in trouble. So, long off is very straight. He's almost behind the umpire. Well, that ends the over anyway. Over number 1 completed and a wicket already. Well, I think Laborde picks it up and asks him to move, so he has adjusted. He was right behind the keeper. He's going back. He's going back. Well, he's almost directly behind the keeper. Derek Parry would pick that up eventually, I believe. New bowler moves in now to bowl. That time he left it, and it was not far from the leg stump. I think Prentice really shouldn't have done that, because had that ball picked out his leg stump, that would have been pretty unfortunate. Well, here goes once more as he bowls. He's stroking it nicely into the offside. The fielder is coming off and misfields badly, and he might just get there, maybe not. He stops it just inside, and they're holding their creases. That's not good, and I don't know why he was holding his crease. So I think maybe they would have crossed for free. And so that's 3 runs to the total. Nice looking smooth drive into the offside by Prentice. And the batsman crossed for free. That brings Daniel in strike. Don't think Daniel was quite ready. The bowler was already moving and he's stroking it nicely again. The man is late in moving. Both fielders very late in moving. And they have gotten 2 very easily. So nice looking shot, staying down with it. The ball keeping a bit low. And Daniel was just caressing it nicely into the offside and getting 2. So Daniel, short innings that I've seen him, he looks pretty compact. Makes the bowler wait as well. That's good cricket. You're not ready, you pull away. Settles now. Has a kind of confidence in him as well as he settles now. He bowls, that's down the leg side. He has a swing at that, misses. Goes past the keeper. The man at long leg races in and throws it up, and that's 2 more to the total. 2 wides signaled by Laborde, and so 2 more to the total. So Prentice in strike now. Moves in now to bowl. He's down the track. That's nice movement of the feet down the track. This time the fielder stops it and gets the return in pretty quickly too. So 1 more to the total. He was actually chipping down the track, getting to the pitch and stroking it nicely all along the ground. So he has lost his opening partner in James, but Daniel is there. He started pretty smoothly, looking good, playing correctly, playing up and down the line. He settles now as he moves in out to bowl. He's swinging that one away. Is the man going to stop it? He's on the square leg boundary deep, and he goes straight to him to get a single. So 1 more to the total. I must say that the fielding effort generally for St. Thomas's so far has been pretty good. Just 1 misfield. Here goes now, bowls. He's swinging that one powerfully. The man stops it. That's brilliant. Great work, but that was a shot in anger, as Prentice really swung into that, and the fielder got behind it and stopped it nicely. So 1 more to the total, restricting the VOJN team so far, restricting the number of boundaries being scored. So Daniel in strike as he moves in once more to bowl. He's having a switch at that. The long leg fielder is busy once more. Comes in, picks up in the approved manner, gets the return in. And one more to the total. That's the end of over number 2. So it's Daniel in strike. Moves in now to bowl. That one keeping low, but he stays low with it. Drives it nice into the outside. The fielder comes across. I think that's young Philip. They're going back for the second. He's struggling there. His Prentice, but he gets home safely. 2 more to the total. So Daniel has stayed pretty low with those creeping along the surface and has played them very straight. James went across the line, missed, and was LBW. I think you would have seen that, and he's playing very straight indeed. Moves in out to bowl to Daniel. He's driving at that, missing. It was outside the off stump, keeping low again. Settles Daniel as the bowler moves in out to bowl. He's pushing it away into the offside, down towards the vacant third man position. Back where the point comes across. They're thinking of the second, but only thinking about it. And they settle for 1 very early. He goes now, bowls this time. Prentice is driving it nicely, beats the man at extra cover. They get 1, they're going back for the second. Daniel is struggling, but he's home. Got home safely in the end. 2 more to the total. So, here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl short. He's swinging it in there. Somebody's getting around. Takes the catch, he's gone. Prentice is gone. So 2 big wickets for Vojn. They're behind the 8 ball now. And St. Thomas is creating some problems now for Vojn. 2 crucial wickets as Prentice storms back. He wouldn't be happy. And that wasn't well played. It wasn't hit hard. It was hit uppishly in the air. And the field at mid-wicket approached it as if he was going to drop it. But he held on to it in the end. So 2 wickets gone. Vojn in a spot of bother. Well, maybe it's a good thing that the Vojn depth is being tested. Can't depend on 2 batters all the time. France it is. Oh, looking smooth. Pushed it into the offside. Was thinking of the single. And fielder got in quickly. That's young Philip. And so I think that St. Thomas's has been doing really well for starters. And as has been the case in the other matches, once the bowler would have bowled his 2 overs, he goes into the gloves. And so Derek Parry assisting him. So Derek Parry was also a very outstanding captain. And he's making sure that the field is set to his liking. It's going to be young Philip. And he'll be bowling now to Daniel. Bowls outside the off stump. He has a switch at that. It's going to be signaled wide. Philip would have to line it up a lot better than that. He's a little youngster and he's learning the game. He has cricket in his vein. As he moves in now to bowl, he's swinging that one away. The man has a long run. I don't think, yes, he will. He did well up to a point. Sliding effort. He got behind it, but it bubbled off his body and over the ropes. But it was a really good effort. I've seen the commitment here from the St. Thomas's primary fielders. They're really putting in the effort, I could tell you. I think Derek Parry would have done some serious work with them. So here he goes once more, Philip. He'll be bowling once more to Daniel. Here he goes, bowled outside the leg stump once more. Swing and a miss, goes to the keeper. Thinking of the run. Daniel says no. Tells France to go back. So white signal by the umpire. Laborde. So here he goes. Philip bowls. Better line delivery. Beaten outside the off stump. Tentative looking shot. That one kept a bit low. And Daniel was stroking at it and missing the shot and true to the keeper. So here he goes once more. Moves in now, Philip to bowl. Again, the ball is keeping low. He drives it back up the strip to the bowler. Philip comes across, stops it nicely. So, Vojn not getting away today at all. St. Thomas is holding on nicely. That one again kept low. He strokes it into the offside. They're off and running. The keeper takes it nicely. And one more to the total. Again, once that ball lands, it's creeping along the surface. And if you're just going to play across the line, you could be missing a few. Nice to be playing nice and straight. So far, these two watching the ball carefully. Here he goes. That's an awful delivery. He has a swing at that. It's going to be signaled wide. So one more to the total. Little Philip, except for the wides, hasn't bowled badly. Just needs to keep them lined properly. Here he goes now. Full toss. He hits it down towards long on, who backed away. Maybe should have been coming towards that. It was dropping right in front of him. But he stopped it. And only a single. Moves in once more. Loops it again. He's down the track. He's beaten. And the keeper holds on to it, and might have been a bit of a misstump in there, but that ends the over. Vojn under a little bit of pressure here, I must say. St. Thomas's Primary doing well. Well, the only thing Derek Perry hasn't done so far is to actually go on and bowl. He's on the field, he's directing traffic, he's making sure that the field is properly set. And I think that is what is really baffling the Vojn batsman, because the field is set by a professional. And so here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. That one, a little bit of turn. They should have been looking a single there. Well, eventually they decide the bowler not handling it well on that occasion, and they got a single. So one more to the total. That was France pushing it down the onside. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. He's punching it to the offside. I think he might find the gap. The fielder is chasing for all his worth. Can he pull it in? That's serious effort. Did he touch the rope though? But that's again commitment. St. Thomas's Primary certainly have done well, backed up there, and that was young Philip. He really did well on that occasion, and pulling it back there, saved 2 runs definitely. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging that one away. The man is racing in. Maybe needed to slow down. I thought that was an initial mistake. He was moving in too quickly. Then he wouldn't have that kind of a control. They would have already gotten 1. Why would you need to rush in like that? So that's probably only the second mistake I've seen in the field. But that's 4 runs to Daniel. Bowler dragging it down, tucked away into the onside for 4. Strong onside field here. I'll go back to that in a bit. I'll show you what kind of an onside field Derek Perry has set for these batsmen. He's punching it into the offside. Philip has a run again. Well, it's not just Philip. The other fielder comes around, and Philip it is, so pulls it in. But look at this onside field. There's a long on. There's a mid-wicket short. There's a mid-wicket deep. There's a backward of square. There's a man at coast corner. And it's a strong onside field. And then we have a third man. A man at extra cover, a man at cover, and a man at long off. Here he goes outside the off stump. He's choking it nicely. The fielder doesn't stop it. It goes down to long off, who bubbles slightly but gets the return in. 1 more to the total. Just caressed it nicely into the offside, not belting into it, and gets an easy single. So that brings Daniel back on strike. These two going along pretty nicely. As here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Strokes it nicely into the offside once more. That's Philip. Gets down in the approved fashion and stops it nicely. So one more to the total. That ends the over. 41 for 2, 5 overs completed. Philip, who had a pretty useful first over, has been given a second over. So 41 for 2 from 5. So Philip it is, will be bowling his second over. And he'll be bowling to Daniel. There he goes, bowl. Daniel is back it away and almost tucked it into his stumps. Philip holds his head. Can't believe that the batsman escaped on that occasion. He was playing a naughty shot. And it looks as if he's telling the batsman something. Say, oh, you didn't get bowled. The batsman is responding as well. So one more to the total. Chinese cut, almost tucked it into his leg stump there. So that brings France into strike. 42 the score. We're in over number 6. Philip moves in now to bowl. He's stroking it, caressing it into the offside. A little bit of style in the shot as well. One more to the total. 43 for the loss of 2. We're in over number 6. And Philip has lined up pretty well, I must say. Except for those wides, he has held a pretty tight grip on things here. He goes in once more to bowl. That's a wide. Well, almost got knocked away, but wide signal. Daniel disappointed he didn't latch on to that. 44 the total. Still in over number 6. Philip will bowl once more to Daniel. Loops it. He's punching it in the air, but he finds the gap. It's going down the hill. The man is chasing after it. He slides. Big effort. And they've settled for 1. That's very disappointing. Just 1 run. And so 46 the score. Daniel will settle. Here he goes, bowls. He's stroking it again. The man is racing in and again coming in too quickly. That's the second time he has done that. Too much speed coming in when he would have known or should have known that the single was already on and there was no need to rush. So I think that's Frank Munzak having a quick word with him there. Here he goes, bowls. He's trying to swing that one into the onside. The sweep shot would have been effective there, but maybe he doesn't have that in his repertoire. Struck him on the pad and lobbed into the offside, and the bails were removed, maybe by the wicketkeeper. So, by my reckoning, it's about 47 for the loss of 2. As Philip bowls, that's another wide. He has a switch at it. So 48 now for the loss of 2. Now once he bowls on stumps, they can't really get him away. Now he has decided, Philip, to take a little longer run. My goodness, he has become a fast bowler now. Look at him. Still a wide, but he's tugged away into the onside. The man is in position. Gets right behind it and putting the body on the line. Stops it nicely. So 1 more to the total. By my reckoning, it's 49. And so Laborde making sure of something. I don't know what the issue is, but the bowler now has decided to go over the wicket. So 1 ball remaining. As here goes, it's going to be Philip. Moving in now to bowl. He's driving. The man doesn't race in this time, but he doesn't field it cleanly on the first time. First effort there, bubbled off his hand, backed up, and that ends the over. 50. So 49 the score, 6 overs completed for the loss of 2. And we're having a bit of a break. Prentice going out to have a quick word with his batsman and change of bats as well. A little bit of a break as well. So 6 overs completed. The score is 49 for the loss of 2. Your bowler moves into bowl. He's stugging it into the onside. The man is racing across from long on. Again, the effort, the commitment. Derek Parry applauds. And they've certainly restricted the Vojn by at least 20 runs up to this point because the fielding has been generally really good. Balls. He's pushing it uppishly into the offside. They're off and running. One more to the total. Philip comes across. Underarms his return. So 51 the score. We're in over number 7. So he moves in now to bowl. He's down the track and he swings into that. The fielder came across. One missed and this back up nicely. And so one more to the total. 52 the score. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's turning it into the onside. They're off and running once more. Fielder comes across. Picks up one-handed. Gets a return in. So scoring in singles. And that is very good by St. Thomas's. Restricting the boundaries. And Vojn loves to score in boundaries. And they've been badly restricted. Looks at that, leaves it alone, looks up at the umpire who obliges, white signal. So here he goes once more. Moving in now to bowl. And he's turning at that one, struck on the pad. There's an appeal from the wicketkeeper. That one seemed to have had a little turn in it. An off break even. And the batsman was trying to turn it into the onside. So here he goes once more from the pavilion then. Moves in now to bowl short outside the off stump. He drives, hits the stumps. The umpire was trying to skid that out of the way. It was hit hard. Carmichael was jumping out of the way. And it hit the stumps, but it was hit really powerfully on that occasion. And the stumps acted as the 12th man and stopped it nicely. So 3 overs remaining, and St. Thomas's certainly has done very well. You must say that their bowling and their fielding, especially their fielding, has been superlative. And Derek Parry, I think, should be pleased with what he has seen today. The St. Thomas's team has improved game by game, really. Strokes it down towards long off. Fielder comes across fields, gets a return in. So remember that St. Thomas's yesterday, one of the batsmen, Hamilton, he got to 41. So here goes bowl down the leg side. He has a swing at that, and it's so wide signaled by the umpire. So we're in over number 8. As he moves in now to bowl. He has a switch at that, and the keeper, I think, was trying to take off the bails, and the ball got out of his grasp. It's another dot. And you could see that the batsman, France, is getting a bit frustrated. They're not getting to score as they would like. They're not accustomed to this either. Vojn is normally a free scoring. Well, that was a brilliant effort. That was a brilliant effort. Had he pulled that off, it could have been the catch of the tournament. Bowler was going across a long way, dived, and I think when his hand struck the turf, it got out. Tremendous effort that. Bowls now. He's stroking it, hits the other batsman, the non-striker, and they get a single. So Vojn has done marvelously well here. Sorry, St. Thomas's Primary, they would have done very well indeed to restrict this powerful batting lineup like this. That's certainly a plus. See, he goes now. Bowls. He's punching it into the offside. The fielder is coming across. He gets right behind it. He feels it nicely. Underarms his return. Just one more to the total. Vojn struggling to score here in the death overs. So he moves in once more to bowl. He's stroking this one, thinking of the single. Keeper goes after it. The other batsman is in his crease, deciding not to move. 2 overs remain. So, here he goes, moves in now to bowl. And you could see that the instructions have been sent out. Get on with it. He has a big swing at that, misses through to the keeper. I think we're going to see a bit more fireworks now in these final 11 balls. Moves in now to bowl. He's down the track. He's hitting it in the air. Goes out towards long off. He gets behind it. Derek Parry told him to take his time. And he did exactly that. He didn't rush the ball. They get one more. So here goes once more. He moves in now to bowl. That's as wide as they come. He has a swing and a miss. And a wide signal by the umpire. So one more to the total. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. That one kept low and beat the batsman. So the pitch, I think, got a little wet and the ball is not really carrying through. I've seen a lot of balls just creep along the turf. Here goes Bowles, and this one down the leg side. He has a swing and a miss and should really have put that one away. Wide signal by the umpire. Well, Derek Parry would be having a quick word with the bowler. And he's really directing traffic today. Derek Parry swings into that. It's a big heave. It's going towards the boundary, but the man is coming across. Even with that big heave, the fielders are getting around and really working overtime. So 2 runs. So even that couldn't produce a boundary. Fielder ran a long way from mid-wicket. A long way from mid-wicket and came all the way around and pulled it in. So the outfield seems a little sluggish as well. So here he goes. The teams have to play under different conditions, and that's good. He's driving loosely outside the off stump. Derek Parry applauds the delivery. It's through to the keeper. And so France will settle once more. He moves in now to bowl. Here he goes, bowls to France. That one keeping down. Hits it uppishly down towards long on. The fielder comes across, stops it well, gets a return in. So only one more to the total. Just 1 over remaining after this. And it hardly looks as if Vojn is going to get up to 70. Right now, 70 would be a bonus. As he moves in now, he loops it up. He's just pushing it into the offside, squeezes it into the offside. The fielder comes across. Barry says, well done. That ends the... Oh, no, there's another delivery remaining. So that brings France into strike as... No, I think Laborde says no, that's the over. So that's the end of the over. 1 over remain. Can they get up to 70? 65 is the score. And 2 wickets gone. And St. Thomas's has really done well. I think they have bowled and fielded well and would have been the best team in the field against Vojn so far in this tournament. Just have to finish well this last over. Try to restrict the batsmen the same way you would have done. But Daniel would have other ideas. He'll want to take about 20 from this. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's punching it. That's a lovely shot into the offside. Fielder comes across, shadows it, and oh, not good work. And they got 2. But the fielders on that occasion, 2 of them I thought messed up. But there haven't been a lot of mistakes. There have been a few, but not a lot of mistakes. They've done generally really well in the field. Moves in now to bowl. He's pushing it and off and running. Fielder charges in, fields it, and 1 more to the total. So he moves in once more. Here goes ball. Swing and a miss. That would be a wide. So 4 runs in the over so far. Score is up to 69. So I think they'll get to the 70 mark. Can they get to 80? Well, here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Another wide. He latches onto that, but the fielder is racing across. He's going to stop that. And they have struggled through for a single. They're running really slowly, these two. But 70's on the tins. And at least that's a kind of target, 70. But certainly a far cry from, I think, what they would have wanted. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. He's tugging it into the onside. That looks like young Phillip feeling well. And gets the return in. One more to the total. 71 the score. Probably one ball remaining as he moves in now to bowl. He's just pushing it back up the strip to the bowler, who knocks off the bails. And that ends the over. Is it? No. He was pushing it quietly back up the strip to the bowler. Here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging into that. They're off and running. The fielder comes across. Coming back for the second. And gets back in his crease. That ends the over. And by my reckoning, they would have gotten to about 71 or 72. We'll confirm that in a wee bit. So, Vojn, do they have enough? That is the question. Remember, Hamilton made 41 for St. Thomas's yesterday and batted really well. Well, Derek Parry will be telling them that these 70-plus runs can be overhauled. Well, the St. Thomas's Primary School would know that they have to get to 73 runs in 10 overs, just over 7 runs and over. And if the Vojn team is in the mood as they were in against Charlestown Primary to give them 36 extras, well, that would make the task even easier. However, Captain Prentice has indicated that not today. Today will be a different day in terms of the extras. So we'll wait and see. Looks as if James is going to start this time around. James is going to start. Target is 73. First ball might tell us what will happen later on. Pretty well lined. He pulls it into the onside immediately. Fielder comes across, and that's a single. So right away, down the scorer's tins, getting a single. And I think this is Hamilton, the man who made that 41 yesterday. With that unorthodox looking stance, he tugs them into the onside with some force. Scores a lot in boundaries. So let's see what happens here. So moves in now to bowl. Bustling run up. Bowls outside the off time. He having a swing. And goes past the keeper. They're off and running. They're very... Oh, that might be interesting. That board says not out. Direct hit and all. One by signal by the umpire. That ball had a close look. And they might just want to watch it on the replay. Well, Derek Parry is indicating that 12 players are on the field. Now, how did that happen? Derek! Well, I don't know how Skidder made that error, but an extra player was on. So 12 players are out there. Here he goes now, bowls, full toss, knocked into the outside, thinking of the single. And deciding against it eventually. So Vojn making an early error there, having 12 players on the field. Let's see, moves in once more to bowl. Looks into the onside. That's where he wants to tug them. That's where he's tugging them as well. Fielder is coming across. He stops it nicely. They're going to get one more. And so he does that really effectively. Well, both batsmen, they really tug very hard into the onside. And once they latch on to them, they'll be traveling. If the fielder misfields, it will go for 4. So here goes once more. Bustling run up, moves in now to bowl. Tugged again. Well, struck on the pad, but well outside the leg stump as he missed the pull shot on that occasion. Yeah. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. And he's punching it into the offside. The fielder pulls out of it. Long off comes across, picks it up. And one more to the total. So at least he shows that he can play it into the offside. So one more to the total as he punched it into the offside for a single. So here goes once more. Stopped by the umpire. Well, that's the end of the over. Umpire not counting well on that occasion. That ends the over. So your bowler goes into bowl. He's hitting it nicely down towards long on. And oh, that's poor work. Putting her foot to it instead of her hand. And so they got 2. That was Abby using her foot instead of using her hand. And they got 2. So here goes now. Ominous signs being shown here by St. Thomas's. The field is widespread. There should have been at least a short mid-wicket in. So gets it past the keeper. This might just run away. It's gone for 4. We are not seeing the effort as we saw by the St. Thomas's fielders, and so ominous signs here for Vojn. Well, it looks as if Miss Leibert got up out of her seat. I think she's visioning something here. So St. Thomas's Primary could pull off a bit of an upset here based on what I'm seeing, because their fielding was superior to what I'm seeing so far. And a couple of wides added might just tip the balance in their favor. But look at this stance. Definitely he's going to just pull them into the onside. If he latch onto it, he's going to hit it hard too. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl outside the off stump. He has a switch at it. The keeper doesn't do well. Ball kept low, and they're going to get a bye. So they're going to add up these runs. One more to the total. So here goes once more for a shorter run. Moves in now to bowl outside the off stump. This time the keeper takes it well. And dot ball. Now, once it's all the way outside the off stump, the batsman has a bit of a problem, because look at how his right foot is planted. He's just looking to tug them into the onside. So he has to go further across the off stump to tug them into the onside. He should be trying to get some offside shots in his repertoire, really. Like here, like that. Bowler comes across and stops it. That time he just jabbed it down in front of him. So I think with some work, they'll be able to get him to maybe straighten up that stance a bit and play some more balls into the offside. This time he's again tugging it into the onside. The fielder is moving quickly. And that's Philip, can't score. And that ends the over. So over number 3 being bowled. Here he goes. Bustling run up. Moves in now to bowl outside the off stump. Hits it in the air but away from the bowler. And long on races in. Only a single. But it was in the air for a long time. But well away from the bowler in his follow through. So here goes once more. He races in to bowl. Good delivery, but turned nicely. That's a lovely shot. Almost look as if he wristed it there. And they get one more. So that was well played. Nice soft hands, turning the wrist on that one. One more to the total. And if you're watching this, I don't know who wrote the script, but something tells me that could be an interesting end to this game. He's tugging at this one. The bowler comes across and stops it. James once more. Races in now to bowl. He's tugging at that. The keeper doesn't do well. He's through the keeper. Backed up nicely by the long leg. So the keeper. And a good wicket keeper would enhance any cricket team, really. And if you're not doing well on a day, could really cause problems for your team. I believe it's a bit of a tricky pitch. Some are keeping down, some are going through. So maybe the keeper has his hands full too. He's swinging that one away. The fielder has a long run. He won't catch it. It's gone for 4. That's a lovely shot. St. Thomas's Primary marching on here. So we're just in over number 3. St. Thomas is already on 17. Here he goes, bowled full toss. Hits it in there. The keeper is chasing after it. He lost sight of it, apparently. Hits the stump direct, but the batsman is already back. Lost sight of it, and it landed safely. So 17 without loss. 3 overs completed. It's Philip into the attack, the off spinner. Moves in now to bowl, loops it up, hits it in the air over the head of the bowler, heading down towards the long off fielder who comes in, gets the return in, and a no ball signal for height, so it's going to be a free hit. So it was really high as he looped it, and Laborde says that's a no ball. So free hit needs no further encouragement but to swing and swing hard. Here's Philip, flatter delivery, he's swinging at that. There's a loud shout that, and they're off and running. And fielder was a bit slow getting in. So it's a leg by. I think that would have been plumb had it been a legit delivery. So Philip once more with that angular run up, angular approach. Here goes Philip, moving in now to bowl. Loops it, he's swinging it into the onside. They're off and running. And he's home. Keeper got the bails off, but he's home. So 1 more to the total. Very aggressive run in here too by St. Thomas's. I think there was some hesitation about getting a team from St. Thomas's in this tournament. But I think the powers that be at that school should be well pleased to realize that as they play, the more they play, they have improved tremendously. And they are indeed a force to be reckoned with. Philip bowls. He's tugging it into the onside. The direct hit. And he's gone. He has sent him on his way. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. A little bit of celebration there. Well, direct hit on that occasion. And the batsman is run out. So wicket number 1 goes. So it's going to be Philip to continue. He moves in now to bowl flat. Tugs it into the onside. Field Apprentice is on the boundary. Relaxes. Holds it in nicely and gets a return in. 1 more to the total. So here's Philip once more. With that angular approach to the stumps as he moves in now to bowl. Flat outside the off stump, beaten, well taken by the keeper. Bails off in a flash. Appeals as well. The umpire is unimpressed. That ends the over. Well, Prentice has brought himself into the attack. Last time around, he had a very poor spell against the Chancellor Primary. And pressure would be on him to make sure that he starts well today. He's bowled. First ball up, Prentice has struck. And he doesn't seem to be bowling medium pace today. He seems to be bowling a bit of spin. First ball up, came off the pad of the batsman and then went into the stumps. So celebration for Vojn. Wicket, the crucial wicket going there. Prentice moves into ball to the new batsman, hits it down towards long on, and throw for the single. And they should be looking for more runs here. This could be interesting. I think he might be gone. The umpire is not moving, and so it means that Laborde thinks that he got home safely. So they got 2 runs, and that was pretty close though. I think the supporters for Vojn a lot more relaxed now because St. Thomas has started off like a team with a mission. Now they're struggling somewhat. Prentice moves in now to bowl. He's tugging this one up the strip. The bowler comes across. Seems to be bowling flat off spinners. He's not really medium pacing today. Just pushing them through and getting a bit of turn as well. Here he goes, ball again, flat again. This time it beats the keeper. They're going to go through for what I think would be a bye. So 1 more to the total. Leg bye actually, coming off the pad. So Prentice has created real confusion for the batsmen so far. This time he bowls a leg spinner. The keeper shadows the stump, whips off the bails. So bowling the leg break on that occasion, so showing his versatility. Definitely showing that he not only can medium pace, but he can bowl off breaks and leg breaks as well. So after being 17 from 2 overs, they're now 26 for 3 from 5. So 5 overs completed. And suddenly the St. Thomas's Primary School team struggling somewhat. Philip with that angular run-up. Moves in now to bowl. The spin has certainly taken toll. Flat, he's hitting it pretty firmly, but straight back up the strip to the bowler. So the dots adding up, the extras decreasing, and the bowlers now in the ascendancy. So 26 for 3. In over number 6, loops it. He's hitting it hard. The bowler stops it. He's still cranking up, thinking of the single. But it looks as if the umpire is signaling no ball again for height. Well, the bowler maybe shouldn't have looked at the umpire because that was a close call. He looked at the umpire. The umpire said, okay, you're wondering? Okay, I'll call it a no ball. So here goes once more. 27 for the loss of 3. It's a free hit delivery. So he moves in now, Philip to bowl. Flat delivery, has a swing, he's bowled. But then again, it's a free hit delivery. And so it was clean bowled on that occasion with the free hit delivery. Would be very disappointed, Philip. The dust, the wind picks up here. The dust, well, hope it's not Saharan dust as it goes across the ETW. Here it goes. Philip, this time wide of the mark. Struck back up the strip to him. And can't score. Dot. So here goes once more. Philip bowls. This time he's tugging it. Oh, poor work there by the fielder. Coming across, putting a foot. And the ball went straight through him. And they got a single. So 1 more to the total. Philip moves in once more to bowl. He's on driving, well fielded on this occasion, using both hands to fielder. But that was firmly struck. As here goes. Moves in once more. Philip bowls wide of the mark. The keeper doesn't quite stop it, chases after it, stumbling and all. and can't score. That ends over number 6. So based on my reckoning, it's some 27 for the loss of 3, and this would be over number 7, I think. So 7th over being bowled. Medium pacer bowls down the leg side, but the batsman got all the way down the leg side and probably took it on the pad, so would have been a definite wide, but not this time around as he got the pad in the way. So the VOJN team would have certainly done a lot to improve on what they did last time. 36 extras, they have certainly improved. I would imagine their coach had a hard talk with them, and they would have certainly pulled up their socks. This time, though, it's as wide as they come, way down the leg side. The keeper does well to pull it in. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Better delivery. Punch nicely. Well fielded. They're off and running. And poor work. They're going to get another one. And the bowler making sure he didn't get his hand in the way of that. So 2 more to the total. Let's see. We're moving now to bowl. Here he goes. Moves in now. Bowls way down the leg side. The keeper does well. Throwing himself to his left. Pulling it in with both gloves. So well done on that occasion. So here goes once more. He has bowled at least 2 wides in this over so far. This time it's outside the off stump. The keeper is trying to whip off the bails. Fails in his attempt. That was a little wide of the off stump. So the Prentice, the captain, only bowled 1 over, interestingly. Probably saving himself for the last over. Better delivery. Hitting it nicely down towards mid-on. Is this going to be a direct hit? No. He was very slow. And they should be looking for the other run. And that's one of the problems with the primary school. They're still developing. Maybe not as sharp as they should be in looking for the extra runs. But it comes with practice. It comes with playing the game more. As he goes now to bowl. The compact looking stance as he moves in now. That's a good delivery. It's bowled. Clean bowled. Picked out the leg stump. And that's another wicket. And I think that you could say that Vojn pretty much have this one wrapped up here. So 33 for the loss of 4. And 7 overs completed. Well, this one has gone past the keeper, who goes running after it, tries for the direct hit. Backed up. It's a bye. So here he goes, moves in now to bowl. The batsman definitely not too interested in getting back to ball. He seemed to be running away from the ball, actually being struck. A very awkward response to a ball on stump. And must have been pretty close to an LBW shout as well. So let's see how he handles his next delivery. I think young Philip is padded up to come next. That should be pretty interesting. Again, he's getting out of the way. The ball is way down the leg side or signal wide. So he doesn't seem too interested in getting to the ball. So it would be nice if they can bowl straight on stumps and see if he will clear the way for his stumps to be hit. But he's certainly not handling it well so far. Well, now he has a swing at it. That's a good swing too. Just that he missed it, but he looked more positive on that occasion. I guess when you're cornered, you fight back. So after kind of dodging two, he decides to fight fire with fire. Here goes now. Oh, that's a wide. Keeper comes across. They're going to run. Well, they thought about it. And then they got back in their creases. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. He's punching this one into the offside. The fielder comes across. And he's home. So little Philip is padded up. He'll be going in next. And that should be a wide. Another wide. Moves in now to bowl. He's driving. The bowler comes across. That's not good work. Stuck his foot at it. And an easy single acquired. So here goes once more, moves in out to bowl. Again, he's skipping out of the way. Allows it to go past him. It's another wide. So has the Vojn team decided, well, they're behind the 8 ball, so we could give a few wides now. It looks as if he's bowled. Finally, he's bowled. So that's another wicket for Vojn. St. Thomas's loses yet another. And so I think that the screws are being tightened here. Little Philip will be going out to bat. I have a feeling that this is the first time little Philip is going to get a bat. Last time we saw him, he was excelling at the cross country at St. Thomas's Primary. He's the son of D1 Philip. D1 was running alongside him and encouraging him. But there's no D1 here today. The young batsman now will have to bat on his own. Here goes. He's having a switch at that. A little bit of a pull shot too, but it was too close to him. At least he wasn't backing away. And that ends the over. So Vojn, I think, would have this one pretty much wrapped up. He's on driving. That's a nice looking shot. The fielder is not approaching it well at all. Well, he finally gets down and they get a single. Somehow he was not. The approach looked a little lackluster. And then eventually he got down just in time. He was traveling. It was well played. Here goes once more. Bowls to little Philip. Philip gets a no ball, I believe. And they're off and running. I believe if it's not signaled no ball, it would be a wide anyway. No ball is signaled, so it's going to be a free hit. So giving away a couple of extras now in the latter stages of this game. So here he goes, moves in now with the free hit delivery. He's punching it into the offside. Philip is off and running. That's a lovely shot. Goes out to long off and badly misfielded. Philip is coming back for the second. Oh, Philip is hustling. He's home. Sliding home is young Philip. Well, he's willing to run, I could tell you that. The little man covered the distance quickly. So he might not only be a cross-country runner, he might be a sprinter too, because he covered that distance very quickly and was sliding home as if he had on roller skates. So the bowler will continue. Moves in now to bowl. Good delivery, but it's hit hard down towards mid-on. Philip ready to run. The striker says no, go back. So he does. So Philip was running blind on that occasion. Stopped by the striker. Here he goes. He bowled. Not a bad delivery, but he's punching hard. Not timing it. Goes into the offside. The bowler picks it up. Can't score. I think I'm hearing Dimaja is the name of the bowler. As he bowls now from the pavilion end. Bowls outside the off stump. He's off the edge down towards third man. The fielder is rushing in. Abbey it is. And gets a return in. And just one more to the total. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. And I think Philip has been struck in front. Philip has been struck in front. The little man didn't get any bat onto that one. And he was struck right in front. And he comes back. The little man goes. Philip LBW. That's another wicket for St. Thomas's. And I'll have to say, the fat lady should be singing a tune for Vojn in a few. Prentice will be bowling his final over. Had a very impressive first over. Unlike his last outing against Charleston Primary, this time he definitely wasn't bowling medium pacers. When he bowled at a lot of wides, he was bowling spin, and I think he's continuing in that vein. And he showed in his last over that he could not only bowl off spinners, but he's also bowling. He jumps in the air, couldn't pull it in, as that was hit pretty firmly. It was over his head. He leaped up trying to pull it down with both hands, failed. Another run to the total. So here goes Prentice once more. Moves in now to bowl. The keeper again doesn't stop it effectively. And one more to the total. It's a bye. I guess all of these youngsters, just that they are work in progress, and with practice, more games, they'll only get better. He's slapping this one into the offside. There's Kiara doing well. Feels it nicely. Good bit of work there by the tall athlete from Vojn. And only one, but that was hit nicely. See, he goes once more. Prentice bowls. He's struck on the pad, but he was well outside the leg stump, and the keeper was showing the batsman to go out of his crease, wanting him to make a mistake and go off balance. So Prentice it is. We'll move in once more to bowl. And that one struck him on the foot. He seemed to be paid. I could tell you, he's in paid. Struck him flush on the foot. And Laborde would be indicating that he was missing leg stuff. Well, Laborde seems to be having a laugh. The umpire shouldn't laugh. Laborde seems to be having a bit of a laugh because the batsman winced in pain, almost buckled. Well bowled, well bowled. That's brilliantly bowled. Twisting the arm on that occasion. Clean bowled. And is that the game? They're all out. And that's brilliantly bowled by Prentice. He had a good bowling spell today. Got it? Okay. 1, 2.
I would like to present this man of the match to Demar Prentice. Well played.
Thanks.
Well, Demari Prentice, you had a very poor game against Charleston Primary. You told me that you're going to rectify that today, and you did. But guess what? You didn't even bowl medium pacers. You're showing that you're very versatile. What were you bowling? Off breaks or leg breaks or both?
I was bowling both.
Well, it goes to show that you're very versatile, and you came back. You had a very poor knock as well. You didn't get off today. You must have felt a little bit disappointed with your batting today.
Yes.
And so the bowling made it up. How many wickets did you pull off today?
I got 3.
3 wickets, and you bowled really well. So congratulations. You know now it's a big moment. I think you're going to have your arch rivals Charleston Primary in the finals. What are your thoughts about that?
I think we can't beat them this time. They just get lucky the last time.
Okay then. Well, all the best. We look forward to a big game next week.